attempt trying to go live on YouTube. Like I said, I'm gonna work on doing different YouTube lives. I'm just gonna work on it, just keep doing it, whether I have viewers or not. But I'm gonna work towards building this platform up. It is definitely challenging to build it up. It is. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's very, very challenging. You want to work towards it, but it's not always easy. It's definitely not easy. Um, Anything you want, and I mean anything that you want, it's never easy to build, but you have to find a way to keep going, keep pressing, don't stop, don't give up, have a positive outlook, a positive attitude, and just keep going and keep pressing. And make sure that you're doing the inner work and you're really working towards your goals and everything. Because a lot of the time, you get out there, you're trying to do things, and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do it? How am I going to figure it out? But somehow you work towards it, you figure it out. You don't know how, but you know God's going to cover you. He's going to open up that door for you. Not losing your faith, not losing what you can do to add value to your life, and not losing that mindset, because it can get discouraging when you're out there, you're pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing, and you're like, oh, when, God, when is it gonna happen for me? And I always say it's the right time when we make the time, but everything happens in divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing, and you gotta figure it out. You gotta figure out how to keep going, even when you don't know what it's going to look like on the other side. You have to figure out to keep going and keep pressing. So that's what I'm doing, y'all. I'm over here. I got the laptop up and just pressing through and doing the same. It's always something that you can work on. It's something that you can open the door to. You can't give up, but you do have to just make sure that you're allowing it. You keep going. No matter what happens, your mindset, you have to activate it. You have to make sure that it's good. You have to make sure that it is opening doors for you so you can do the work. Nothing is going to just happen by you sitting on the sidelines. No, you got to keep pressing. You got to keep plowing. You got to keep making the effort to make sure that you are moving forward, that you are doing the inner work. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be you doing the inner work. You coming into alignment with yourself and doing all the inner work. So that's what I'm on. Just that energy, building, and keep going and keep going and going and going and going and going. And don't give up. But for those of y'all that don't know me, my name is Reeceelynn. I'm a content creator. I create TikTok videos mostly. That's my biggest following. I am a content creator. I do things on Instagram, and I've just used my social media platforms to encourage, to just build and show people. So I started back off in 2018 when I started blogging. I started utilizing my writing and I started blogging and doing it that way. And as 2020 went on, y'all know what happened in 2020. Everything went down in 2020. I lost 67 pounds and I started to utilize my platforms to show the before and after of losing the weight, maintaining the weight, even gained a little bit back versus in muscle and everything, but gained some back. But I utilize my platforms to just encourage people, and I seen people that follow me create their own opportunities. Because as I always say, opportunities are not always given, they are created. And you have to create your own opportunities. So you have to challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone to do the work. And it's not always easy, but you do it. You do it. So I went on the platforms and I started to just post the before and after, and I was like, wow. I mean, the way I dropped weight, because also in the midst of all that, I lost weight. I was losing weight. I was maintaining the weight. I had relocated to a whole new, brand new state, and I wanted to relocate long years prior to that, but of course things happened. and COVID happened. That was very unexpected. So I couldn't just go at that time frame. So I just planned it out. But it seemed like when I left the place that I was, my hometown, and I moved to where I am now, it just, the weight drop just took off. And I had said this to one of my friends some months ago. I was like, I don't know why the weight just dropped and dropped. It's like I had been trying for months. It was dropping. But when I seriously moved, y'all, it dropped so fast. I was like, why did it just drop like that? And she was like, you know what? It's probably because you released the stress. And I never thought about it that way. I never thought about it that, man, I maybe had all this stuff piled up inside, just the stress that I didn't realize I was carrying. And when I released it, when I did the work and I really released it and said, I'm moving into my new chapter, that's when that weight dropped. The mindset was activated, it changed. And I still, just the way that it went, the way that it flowed, y'all. Like, I'm still, I look back at that like, wow, that's a testimony. It really is. Just the doors that open and how God covered me when I said I wanted to do this and I really was going to do it and I put forth the effort, how God opened the door. So no matter what, no matter what, he's always looking out for you. He's going to take care of you. Do not let anything just go. He's going to open the door. So whatever it happens, just make sure you're doing the inner work and it's progressing and it's opening up the door. But anyway, I am definitely working towards goals and everything and focus and everything. So I hope that no matter what is happening in your life, that y'all know that God's got you covered. He's taking care of you. Don't look at it like none of it's going to not happen. It will happen. God is going to take care of you and make sure that you are focused and you are centered in what He wants you and needs you to be centered in, and that you are really doing the inner work and just focusing on what you need to do. And I know it can be difficult, I know it can be challenging, but just focus on that and trust God is going to open a door for you no matter what. So, just encouraging. I'm going to keep doing these lives. I'm going to keep just doing it because, even in the midst of social media, um, there's levels to it. There's levels to building. And you're trying to figure out, how do I get to this? How do I do this? How do I show off this or, show that? I remember like when I started TikTok, I would do like comedy little skits and everything. And I would do my weight loss journey and stuff, but I was getting views, but I wasn't getting the followers to where I could get to a level. I remember you could go live at any stage when you first started on TikTok. Well, when I started on TikTok, you could. But then they got it to where you had to get at least 1,000 subscribers in order for you to even go live. And I was like, man, how am I going to do that? I was at 113 and I posted my first video. Well, to go back, I was at 113. I was getting from 400 to 900 views on my little comedy skits, the videos I was doing on that, but I wasn't gaining that many followers. I had a lot of views, but I wasn't gaining followers. So I started to be more vulnerable and just put my feelings out there and experiences, healing moments, my own experiences, stuff that I've seen other people go through, but just things that were more relatable, emotional, and vulnerable. And I started to put myself out there. And in my first video, I remember I got 4,000 views, and I was like, oh my gosh, 4,000 views. And I know they're like, well, you got all these views, but they're not following you. No, but they're seeing it. So everybody's not gonna follow you. Everybody, they watch a video, but everybody's not gonna follow you. They may like it or they may watch it and scroll on, but they're seeing it. So that was in April of 2022. And so then I was like, I had a friend and she was like, well, let's try to get you to 300 subscribers by the end of, I set the goal of June 1st. So June 1st. Now, mind you, I had 113 I believe it was like 113 um subscribers at that time. So the goal was just to get to 300. It was to get to 300. Yeah, I started posting videos. I was being consistent. I started posting videos, and I was watching them go up. And by the time that I got to June 1st, I made 300 subscribers. I had over 300 subscribers. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good just to see that how it progressed. Because I finally felt like I found my place on social media, what I could speak about, what I could talk about, how it was relatable. I could still be my goofy self, my compassionate self, my loving self, my honest, truest, pure self, but I also found my flock of people that would listen and be relatable to it. So then I was like, okay, let me go even further. Within that month, y'all, I had 1,700 subscribers that followed me from that 300. Do y'all know that how many that is? Me posting, and just not just posting, relatable, healing, honest, authentic videos. Y'all, it just flew off. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Posting, I was like, I cannot believe that I made it past 1,000 where I could go live. And here I am. I still don't even really go as live on TikTok as I should, probably. But as I started to go, I started to get more and more subscribers. People were tuning in. I was interacting. But then it went to like a stagnant a stagnant place. It was very stagnant because then they have this thing on there. Now you get 200 and something. And I was like, well, when I wasn't even posting really intentional, but comic comedian skits, I was getting at least 400 plus always on my videos. Now, I wasn't getting always the followers, but I was getting the 400 plus. And I was like, why am I so stuck at that? So sometimes now, even then, it's difficult for it to just hit that viral where I used to get when I was going through that and getting all them views. I was popping out at least 1,000. I knew I was going to get at least 1,000 views. My highest video to date is 232,000 views on a video. And I'm like, that's really, really good. But more people, they watch you than follow you. Because I was going to be on there, but they'll watch you, they'll subscribe to you, and they'll follow you. But that's just how it is. But I just wanted to say, y'all just don't give up. Keep going. I have my days. I'm like, man, I'm posting. But don't give up. When you're a content creator, just make sure you're putting in the work, the time, and just keep going because it will pay off. But I have done this live. I will talk to y'all soon. I'm going to keep trying to go live because, like I said, I'm going to try to work and build up this platform because we have, we don't know if they're going to close TikTok. And I want to start, getting people to subscribe over here. So make sure you're doing the work. Make sure you are giving the time and energy to the work, but don't give up on yourself. I will talk to y'all soon and much love.